Here are his stats. JC sold 62,800 and some change dollars at the malls last year on 94 orders. So almost 100 orders at the mall for 62.8 thousand. That is ridiculous. That is, I mean, that's doubling what some malls sell the whole mall. I don't want to be exact on this, but I'm pretty sure his whole mall did $153,000 last year to be the number one mall in the country. And he is also currently the number one mall in the country, and he's the number one rep in the country in malls. So without further ado, here's JC Miranda to give us some pro tips on the malls and how we can sell more as a team.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I am beyond honored. Just want to let you guys know it's a little early my time. I'm in California, but I'm so happy to be here. I'm very honored to just have been asked by Anthony to hop on this call just because I couldn't help but think a few years ago, back in 2018, when I first started malls, I was not wanting to do this long term. I didn't think I was going to be good at this. I remember there was a point where I was even contemplating pursuing Cutco as a career after my first small season, just because of all the 0 days, all the negative charges. I just almost felt that working malls was not for me. So it's just crazy how it could be a completely 180. And it's the same case for many other people out there. And I want to let you guys know too, even to this day, I still have shifts where I struggle. I still have shifts that are very slow. This last Sunday, if it wasn't for my service, I only sold about 300 in new business orders. And a lot of what I focus on this year and last year and the year before is creating business at the booth. And I would say that's one of my biggest strengths and one of the things that I'm most excited about talking to you guys today. So there's three main like elements that I utilize when it comes to creating service at the booth. I mean, not service, business at the booth. One of those first things is service. So the first question I have for you guys is, are you providing a service for your clients? This could be past clients and new clients that own Cutco. So by service, I mean service, sharpening. So I send a text out to all of my customers before the mall even starts with my sharpening scheduling link. And in my link, I have options where people can click what programs that they're considering, just kind of creating a buying mindset. So when they comes to me at the booth, I already know what I'm going to be talking about. I could pull up their wish list on Last Action and we can kind of dive into that. So that's something I really focus on is doing scheduling and sharpening throughout the week. I usually have them. I'm off 2 days at least every week. This week it's Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on Thursday, Fridays I have sharpenings the whole day. And then on Sunday and Mondays, I usually have sharpenings as well. Saturday's the only day where I kind of like to have open for it's the busiest day, really. So, and then throughout the mall, while I'm working there, when it's slow, I always have people come up and ask, are you guys doing sharpening? Where do I get my knife sharpened? How do I send it into the factory? And so many people obviously will show them how to do that. They'll schedule them for a later date. But back in 2021 is when I really started doing sharpening at the booth. So instead of playing phone tag with them or just sending them the scheduling link and them never doing it, they put it in the back burner. I've just started direct scheduling them and it just became so much easier. And I noticed that's how got a lot of business in the last 2 years is people coming in with their knives and me servicing them right there. Um, Not only that, I want to make sure I pre-frame and create a buying atmosphere. So right away, I tell them, just so you know, Mrs. Jones, we're not just a knife company. We're a full American kitchen company. And most people's goal long term is to gradually phase out the other crap that's made in China, whatever, in their kitchen with Cutco because it's quality, it's American made, and it's guaranteed forever. You can see that we have knives, pots and pans, flatware, bunch of different things. Um, so that's one of the first things that I do is service for my clients. The second element that I have is a raffle. So This is the first year I actually implemented this. I've been doing this a lot through a lot of key events this past year, but I do a raffle for my clients, something tangible, something that they could see. I'm raffling about $500 worth of free Cutco just for them coming to see me at the booth. So I want to get them there at the booth. I don't want to play phone tag with them, doing orders for people who are local. I want to get them there right in front of me. So, and they're already going to be doing a bunch of sharpening at the mall. So one of my biggest incentive for them to come say hi is just free Cutco. My third element is referrals. So my referral program, what does your referral program look like? How are you going to get not only people that you know at the booth, but their friends, their family as well? So I give them both Cutco as a gift. I have an actual referral card who they can give or take a picture to their friends, send to their friend. They can send them my scheduling link. I always ask them, this is for your friends that either have Cutco or should have Cutco. Yeah, those people that barbecue a lot, have a bunch of family over, like to post on Facebook that they're traveling, send them this link and get them here. I will hook you up with free Cutco. Get them excited about it. Sell them on the idea of you giving them free Cutco, and they'll be more likely to get them there. I have about 7K so far in referral business, and I haven't even sent out all of my marketing yet. Selling mindset. So this is so important just because I remember my very first kiosk. This was something I'll never forget. I was trying to sell a table knife out of the bag for cash, and I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie. And the guy was like, "You really want this sale, huh?" Like he was very turned off, and I know that he smelled my CPO breath, and that was one of the biggest insults, but one of the best things I could ever hear because I never want to be that person. So a question I have for you guys is, do you have their best interest at heart? Do you have their best interest? Do they know this? Something all my clients know about me is that I will never let them buy anything that they wouldn't use or that they couldn't budget. However, if there's ever a way I can help them save, I'm going to let them know how. And right now is one of those times for multiple reasons. One being the price increase. I'm going to say that one more time. And because this is something I tell my clients to really let their guard down, especially at the mall. Because we're in a kiosk with all the other sales, lotion people selling solar, whatever. Something all my clients know about me is that I'm never going to let you buy anything that you wouldn't use or you couldn't budget. However, if there's ever a way I could help you save, I'm going to let you know how. And right now is one of those times. So utilize the price increase to your advantage. Last year, we had one of the biggest price increases in company history. We're going to have another one again this upcoming February. And then utilize the mall to your advantage. How we're only there for the season. Cutco has me here to help people with their products, get them service, get them sharpened for free, and to help people who don't own our products find what best option is for them with the right pricing, and to help them maximize on the holiday savings. That's one of the best lines I like to say. One of the best things because it's like, oh, like it slows them down, gets them more interested in buying right there, right then. And then also utilize your experience on how long you've been working the mall year after year. Utilize your past experience as a representative. When people tell you that they're going to think about it or they'll get back to you, we all know what that means. And they probably do have the best interest of coming back. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we know they won't come back. So I like to tell them that in the most low key, easiest way. Um, You see, and I tell them I've been working this mall every single year since 2018. And usually, when people say that they want to walk around and think about it, usually by the end of the day, they think about where's the car, not where's the Cutco booth. And it's okay. I know they have the best interest of coming back. And because I work here year after year, I see them the next year and I ask them, and they ask me how much the set they were looking at cost. And because of the price increases and inflation, and it's because it's made in America, and we have to keep it made in America, Mrs. Jones, it's more expensive. And guess what? Those people still buy it because they still have crappy knives and they still don't want to buy new brands over and over and over again. And they always say we should have got them when we first saw you. I had a customer one time tell me the best time to buy Cutco was 30 years ago when it was a fraction of the cost, and the second best time is today. So something I also like to say is that there's never a good time. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be money that goes somewhere else. There's always going to be holiday shopping. There's always going to be birthday shopping. There's always going to be a kid that needs braces. There's never going to be a good time. Right now is the best time. Keep them there as long as you can. Slow them down. This is not a drive-by experience where people come up, price shop, and like you just scare them away. No, this is a world-class experience, and just treat them with world-class service. Take your time with them. People are more likely to buy from you if they know that you have their best interest at heart. And I want my clients to know that. I want them to feel good, and I want them to come back and see me every single year. And I do, and it's one of the best compliments that I could get now. Like I said earlier, if there's ever a way I could help you save, I'm gonna let you know how. There's a lot of things at the mall, Mrs. Jones, but this is one of the only things that you'll use every single day, never have to replace, that's American made, and that you can pass down. How cool is that? And they're like, yeah, that's so true, because they're gonna be spending money on a bunch of other crap. And remember that they're human beings on the other side of the booth at the end of the day, and they want to be treated with respect. When we're working malls, sometimes we're there for so long, for so many days, we're just focused on getting that sale. But their first interaction with you is their first time seeing you. How are you going to present yourself? You want to treat every single new interaction like it's new. And then once again, treat the mall more as a marathon, not a sprint. We've all worked 2, 3, 4, 5 day events, but this is completely different. You want to be as conservative with your energy as possible and make sure that you still are very uplifting. So the way I do that is I maximize not only on my time while I'm there, but on my downtime, on the days that I'm not working. I'm trying not to do many work related things. I'm trying to really reset. We have staggered shifts at the Galleria Mall in Roseville, which really helps so that one person opens and then somebody else closes. So that way it kind of offsets that. Sometimes go on a walk. That's totally okay. I go to the people who do the massages there. I'll do like a quick 15 minutes back massage, just kind of reset, just so I can be more present when I'm talking to people. But that's one of the biggest things that I value outside of work is my time off. So what are you guys really doing to keep your energy up? How are you feeding into your own bucket? That's one of the most important tips I could give you is to just take care of yourself overall. The last thing I'll close up on is just your marketing. Follow up with your marketing. What do your layers look like? How many text messages are you sending out? What are your emails you're sending out? If you guys want an example of like the verbiage that I'm using, please reach out to me directly. I'd be more than happy to connect with you guys. Like I said, just a few years ago, I was somebody who was struggling with malls. I wasn't profitable. I was in the negative in January. And now this is a key layer of my business every year. And I'm excited to keep growing it year after year. So if I could help in any way, please do not hesitate. That's all I have prepared for you guys right now. If you guys have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them while I'm on.
Hey JC, real quick, if you wouldn't mind terribly sending some examples of your text or marketing, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, if you would send that to Anthony or me, we would love to get that out to the team. Again, to whatever extent you're comfortable sharing.
Of course.
Love it. All right, JC, I'll
Thank
throw
you,
it back, or
Brian.
Anthony, I'll throw it back to you for any quick Q&A.
Cool. Thank you, JC. That was awesome. One of my biggest takeaways is how he does marketing and how aggressive he is with marketing when it comes to the raffle, referrals, service. You know, we treat our state fair how he treats his mall, right? And we see that in like Lone Star and Gulf Coast. That is their state fair, is the mall. So I love hearing that, and love hearing that it's working too, and obviously producing results. So all right, we have time for maybe a few questions. If anybody has a question, feel free to just unmute yourself and ask away.
Yeah, I'll throw one out just to kind of kick us off. You did such a good job of sort of framing when they say, "Oh, we're going to come back, we'll think about it," and that's obviously the most common objection we get. Are there any a two-sided question? Number one, are there any other objections that you routinely hear that you think you have a strong or unique answer as it relates to malls? And number two, just do you have any fork in the road or any different thoughts when you are pitching and you sort of identify, are they shopping for themselves or are they looking for gifts? Because it's not that people won't buy 5 pieces of gift, but that is a different budgetary thought. So if you have thoughts on either of those, I'd love
Yes.
to.
Yes, of course. That's such a good question, and they both overlap one another. So that's another big objection that we get. I think nationwide is that, oh, I'm not really here shopping for myself. I'm shopping as a gift. And right away, I do want to help them get that gift. What could I do to help them? Obviously, Cutco is one of the best gifts that we could help somebody gift. It's something that they're going to use every day compared to a gift card or a product from Nordstrom or clothes or food that's going to be gone in 10 years from now. This is something that I found, Mrs. Jones, that people use every single day. And whenever they use our products, they work so good. They think of the person who gifted it to them every single day. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. They're going to pass it down. I don't have to teach you guys how to do that. You guys are really good at that, but I just remind them of that and then remind them about the quality. And then let's say if they are looking at options for both themselves and as a gift, utilize the fact of why they're there to your advantage. So I do a lot of great price points like free shears with the homemaker, a few gadgets out of the bag with the ultimate signature, whatever. How could you give those gifts that they need for free with their purchase? Like, how could you do a 2-for-1, help them save the most? That's like one of the first cards that I have in the back of my head is when they are there shopping for gifts and they need the gifts. I really didn't come here to do this. Sell them on why they should give Cutco as a gift and then help them get both.
Sweet.
Can I throw one out there after that?
Yeah, go ahead, Carlton.
So I just got off working a few days at the mall. But I thought one that might be really helpful for the guys that are going to be in it really aggressively, even closer to Christmas, is the mindset of people at the mall. It seems like they're just in a hurry. And you mentioned that slowing it down was a big thing. Is there anything that comes to mind that helps you to get people to like break out of that pattern of like the like almost like, I don't want to say franticness, but it almost feels like that, or kind of just beelining, and if they do end up talking to you, they're still almost like in this inertia of trying to leave a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you found that helps to get people to kind of break that cycle of just like actually giving, like you mentioned, the world-class experience? Is there something
Yeah.
that you like to do to help with that situation?
Yes, there is. And this is something that even sometimes I forget to do, but that I do very often. It's um, really genuinely getting to know the person that's in front of me, kind of creating small talk that leads into open-ended questions that sometimes have nothing to do about the product. So building a rapport. Where are you guys based out of? Oh my gosh, the Central Valley, that's where I'm from myself. And I just kind of create conversation starters. I create an instant connection that has nothing to do with Cutco. Like Cutco's right there. They're gonna be like, what's this stuff? Like, no, I'm gonna really create that genuine connection because I'm really interested on getting to know them. I want to get to know them. I want them to know that I have their best interest at heart. I want them to want to stop and stay there with me. And the best way that I could do that is to get to know them. It's like back in the day when they teach us to build rapport in training. It's the same kind of concept. So that's something I really tried doing, and letting them know that. And then you're gonna have people regardless that are like, no, it's you gotta go by, and like you're gonna have that. I still have that. I'm gonna have that forever. But what can I do with those seconds that I'm there right there in front of them to really maximize? I think you're muted, Anthony.
Yep. We have time for one last quick question if anybody has one. If not, I'll throw one out there. Okay. Go ahead, Jesse.
I've got a quick one here. I asked Roger about this the other day, but I'd be curious to hear your response to it. Just the objection, like, you know, you go through some stuff with them, and they're like, oh yeah, this would be a great thing to put on my Christmas list. I'm going to tell my husband about this, and you know, he'll do his thing. Like, kind of like I'm thinking about it, but it's not exactly. Just, what's your response to that?
Yeah, that's definitely something that comes up. And I just kind of dig into that right there. Like, oh, have you been wanting Cutco as a gift? Oh, not really. You just kind of just saw it right now. Does your husband know of Cutco? Not really. Okay. When he sees this much pricing for knives, what do you think he's gonna think? I just throw it out there right there, and she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it's expensive." Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's because he's a tool guy, right? I bet he has thousands of dollars worth of tools that you were like probably shocked as well, right? Same concept. I want you to think of these as the tools for the kitchen. You know, I bet if your husband is at the store, he's shopping for tools that he needs for his line of work, he's going to be very confident to buy them right there, right? It's like the same thing right here, Mrs. Jones. And like, I get it. I have thousands of clients that I work with on an annual basis, and it happens all the time. And I want them to know right there, my job's not to sell you everything. I just want to get you started with Cutco. And then I kind of sell them on the concept of why they should buy it for themselves. And then just tell your husband to send you the money.
That's awesome.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, JC. We appreciate your help. We appreciate you giving back to us. Got some big nuggets that I wrote down too. I hope everybody else had some great nuggets and some reminders going into their mall day to day, or whatever you're doing. If you're running a sale, if you're at a base, no matter what, hopefully you can apply some of these things to whatever you're doing today. So I'm going to wrap our call up
Anthony,
real fast. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I just had one more question for JC. It's super quick. I just wanted to know his breakdown out of the 65K last year at the malls. How much of that was driven to service, like service event at the mall, past customers versus true mall sales?
Yeah, I would say about 40% at least was from service at the mall. A big chunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you work
Yeah.
your mall solo mainly, or do you ever have two people at it?
We usually have 2 people at least per shift. This year we'll have 3 people at the last 2 weekends before Christmas, and it's always staggered. So we'll always have one person opening, one person closing, and then they'll overlap for about 5 hours, 5-6 hours.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Happy to help.